What up, Primal Pack? We are live and in color on this Wednesday, hump day. We are live all three platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So cool. Hope everyone's doing awesome. Hope everyone's having an awesome week so far. And as always, it is flying by. Tomorrow is Thursday already. It is flying by. So that being said, listen, if you're not in the shape you want to be, if your health isn't where it needs to be, if your mental clarity isn't where it needs to be, if you can't sleep through the night and feel refreshed first thing in the morning without an alarm, this week's already almost gone. You just keep waiting. As you keep waiting, as you get older, it just gets harder, right? Age, you always hear me say age isn't the enemy. Your lifestyle is. Age becomes the enemy when your lifestyle isn't your ally. You can make that a shirt. Age becomes the enemy when your lifestyle is not your ally, right? So age is not the enemy when your lifestyle is your ally. What that means is when you start to really understand what to consume, how to work out, and create that into a lifestyle with lifelong predictable results, now your lifestyle becomes your ally. And most people that are watching this, their lifestyle is their enemy. It is their number one enemy. And because I'm on LinkedIn and I really go hard on the executives, the CEOs, the business owners, the leaders, the general managers, the sales managers. Listen, it doesn't matter what your bank account says. It doesn't matter what that net worth number says. If you can't walk around and enjoy your life, if you're sluggish and tired and mental fog, you're just beat up physically way before your time, what's the point? Like really, what's the point? When you flip that around and you start to buy back 10, 15 years and you got that net worth and you got that expendable money and you got that next level income and you got that next level life, but you also have that next level body, that next level mental clarity. Now you're set up to actually enjoy the fruits of that labor. You can't enjoy the fruits of the labor when you're overweight, when you feel horrible, when you feel tired, you have indigestion, you have IBS, you have skin issues, you can't sleep through the night, you're a train wreck. What good is the money? And then when you're talking about leadership, if you're leading people and you're a train wreck, I mean, these are just facts. This is just life 101. There's nothing special about this message. The difference is I have a program, I have a blueprint that you actually default into everything good. You burn body fat. You default into that. You default into building lean muscle. You default into intermittent fasting. You default into a calorie deficit and a nutrient surplus. That's my new, my last drop today on YouTube. Nutrient surplus. That's the name of the game. Calorie deficit, nutrient surplus, the name of the game. But I want to talk about H2O, right? Let me go back about 4.5 years when I really went all in on the animal protein, animal fat. And I went all in, not on just that, but I went all in on that gallon of water a day. Look, I'm from the old school bodybuilding, powerlifting, that world. And it was always more is better, more is better, more is better. So I thought, a gallon of water, man, I could crush that. I was literally up, and I did some videos on it. You look back, I was up to 2 gallons a day. And I kept wondering why. Man, I had headaches and just felt horrible. I literally was washing out nutrients. And I kept trying to catch up with the electrolytes, the sea salt, and man, it just wasn't happening. And I realized that not only is more not better, it is absolutely detrimental. And what really started to make me look into this and change some things was my blood work, because I get blood work done pretty much quarterly. And I've been looking at the blood work and the liver and the kidney, and I'm like, well, I don't even drink alcohol. Like I have such a especially at that time, right? Incorporating the animal protein, animal fat, leaning out. I dropped about 30 pounds. I felt tremendous except for that. And I started to realize that, wait a minute, something's not right here. And then I started to backtrack, as always, then start to put the pieces together through application, because all the other stuff I don't care, right? You can read all the books and all the studies and all that. I want real world application so I could get real world results and make real world decisions in real time. Everything's real. Then when I started to back off the water, I slowly just started feeling better. And then backing off. But still, the mental conditioning told me, right? We've been just, it shoved down our throats for the last 20 years, 20 plus years, gallon of water a day, mark the bottle. I was even doing that, right? And I was promoting that. Get that water in. Mm-mm. The best thing I ever did was allow my body to reset and determine when I drink. Let my body tell me when I'm thirsty. And I started to look back on this logically, and I'm going, wait a minute. When I was a little kid, in the summer, I'd be running around like crazy. And, so you grab the garden hose, you take a few big swigs and gulps, and you're done. Then you're good for the whole day. And I'm like, man. And then you're connecting the dots is when they really start pushing a bottle of water. And a gallon a day, minimum gallon a day, Man, most of the time, I'm not even close to that. Maybe I have 1.5 of these the whole day. Even in the summer, I was at La Jolla Beach walking, and in the sun all day, and mid-afternoon, I had one small bottle of water. That was it. Then when I had dinner, I had a few sips. I didn't even have water. I had some unsweetened iced tea, which is a diuretic. So that should dry you out even more. It didn't, right? And then I'll keep this with me because it's insulated. So when I got back in my truck late afternoon, probably had a few sips, and then good. Guys, listen, there's so much nonsense out there. There's so much propaganda out there, and it's all based around margins, profit. It's all the intentions are not pure, and the enemy has unlimited physical and financial, physical resources, just unlimited. So don't listen. It's all about trial and error. Let's see. That's exactly how I got to animal protein, animal fat. I did the other stuff. You've heard me. I did the juicing with the organic beets and the celery and the carrots, and then a piece of pear to make it a little bit sweet. I mean, beets with the roots on them. Like I was chewing dirt sometimes. Nothing, not a thing. I'm talking weeks on end, months on end. Nothing, right? Keto, way too much on the greens, hardly any, very light on the animal protein for my body weight, and almost no animal fat. And I felt never could get past that hump, right? Working out every day at the gym, the whole bit. Could never get past that hump and never really get to where I needed to be, which is 200 pounds at my height, my structure, my bones, my level of bone structure, and definitely my age. 57. I'll be 58 in 2.5 months, 200 pounds. It's funny. I'm walking in La Jolla on Sunday, I think it was. Sunday, yeah, Sunday. And I remember saying to myself, man, I bet you another 10 pounds, I bet you I'd feel even better. Like, just even better. And I could do that, right? I could literally, because just late last week, or I think over the weekend or late last week, I was, 196. So drop another 6 pounds and walk around at 192, and that 100% I could do that without starving. And my body will just reset to that. That's the beauty of this. Just had somebody comment on one of my before and afters today on Instagram, and she said, well, I don't know if it was he or she, because it was a couple in the profile pic. But anyway, they said, man, congratulations, you look great. That after you look 10 years younger, 15 years younger, whatever. Man, it's not easy, but you did it. And I replied back, I said, thank you. But actually it is. It's much simpler and easier than people want to believe it is, or are led to believe. It's way simpler and becomes way easier when you have the right blueprint. That's all this comes down to. It's just the right blueprint. I'll give you an example. I'm now taking my one business to another level, and we're just in the process. My fire restoration business, we're taking it to a whole nother level. And in order for me to do that, I have to put the people and the systems in place to support that growth. Not just support that growth, but support that growth in a way that works for me. It's the same thing with your body and your mind, right? You want to follow a proven blueprint that supports your quality of life. See, it's one thing to lose weight and get ripped and get in shape but when you're on a nutrient deficit, you're just never going to feel 100%. And not only that, a lot of it's going to be adrenaline, but also you're never, ever, and this is a big part of quality of life for me, you're just never going to crush those cravings. You're going to play mind games. Some people are better at it than others. You're going to be determined, and be more determined one day over the next, one moment over the next, but it's still going to be that hamster wheel. It's still going to be that struggle. One day might be more struggle than another, but it's still going to be that struggle when it doesn't have to be. You literally can default into crushing your cravings so much quicker even than you think, if you're willing. And that's all this is. That's my message, right? Is learning the correct choices to create the healthy habits for lifelong predictable results. When you can say you have lifelong predictable, circle that, underline that, highlight that, orange arrows, predictable results, now you got the keys to the kingdom, right? Now you take that grip that the traditional American diet has on your neck. And I'm talking cravings, man. I don't care what anybody says. You ain't going to find more of a foodie than me. Everything is based around food my whole life. Everything. I'm eating and thinking about my next meal and when I'm going to have it. You ask me for directions to somewhere, I'm going to tell you a left at the pizza joint, a right at the cheesesteak joint, a left at the taco stand. That's that Italian restaurant on the right, that steak joint, that Chinese restaurant and I'll even tell you, with the unbelievable fried rice, that Chinese restaurant, or that taco joint, man, that has unbelievable quesadillas, whatever it is, right? That pizza joint, man, where you could just fold it and eat. You know that King of Pizza, blah, 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 blah. That's my whole life. I've been like that. And when I finally felt what it was like to crush cravings, it was so weird to me. Like it blew me away. Like it didn't even seem real in the beginning. It was like surreal to me. And then when I started to really, man, what is going on? And then when I couldn't place and put my finger on what it was. I didn't know at the time that it was the animal fat, animal protein, and that the nutrients. I was just doing it, right, to try to see how I felt, and it blew me away. I know we were going to talk about water, but this is my world, man. So I'll go off on any direction when it comes to this. Um, nutrition, conditioning, quality of life, turning a clock back in 10, 15, 20-year chunks, taking your foot off the accelerator when it comes to aging. Listen, I'll talk about this all day long. This is my jam. And I walk it, talk it, live it. And I'm always looking to make it better. How can I tweak it? How can I make a minor tweak to create a quantum leap? And that's what I love to do with people too. When I do the one-on-one or the group coaching, we go deep. We figure out those mental blocks. We figure out that mental condition that's got you stuck. So anyway, speaking of water, there it is. And a lot of people say, like I'll throw in like a half a scoop of like orange or lemonade, my electrolytes just for a taste too. And then I let my body dictate everything. When I eat, when I stop, when I drink, when I stop, when I go to bed, when I wake up. No alarm. That's it. I woke up at 3:45 this morning, turned back over, fell back asleep until like 5:10. I forget, whatever I posted in that area. No alarm. That to me, that's liberation. That's freedom, and freedom's everything. So anyway, there's my rant for the day. Guys, I'm not hard to find. Hit me up. Check out the new drop we did on Nutrient Surplus. And stay tuned, man. YouTube, we're going to keep just crushing it with information based on real world, real time results. Everything else, as you know, for Primal Pack, just noise, just smoke and mirrors, gets in the way, and it wastes all of our time. Let's get real data on real time results on real time application, and that's it. So anyway, guys, effective and efficient. That's what you want to go for. Anything in life, effective and efficient. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Have an awesome night. Oh, before I end this, do me a favor. If you're getting anything from this, or even if you just like my haircut, just share, like, comment. Let's get this out here. Because again, it's not about you guys. It's about that generation coming up. It's about that 10-year-old little boy that's never going to know what it feels like not to have a dad bod, even at 10 years old. Belly's right over his belt. Never going to know how it really feels to be agile, to be have coordination and balance and agility and just feel really good. That little girl, that 12-year-old little girl that just thinks there's something wrong with her genetics because she's always been chunky, and she thinks that that's just the way she was supposed to be, and it can't be any further from the truth. So it ain't about me. It's not about you. It's about them. That's what this is what this mission's all about. This is what this movement's all about. This is what Primal Power is really all about, to educate you guys with real time, real world results. So now you can share it with others. That's what this mission's all about. So appreciate you guys.